today's second video for you is first news story is from Ethiopia-Sudan border. Heavy clashes are being reported there. A few hours ago, Sudanese military accused Ethiopian army of having killed 7 Sudanese soldiers. After that, now we are receiving reports that heavy clashes are ongoing. Several other developments have happened in the last few hours after Sudanese accusations against Ethiopian military. Second news story is from Djibouti. A few days ago, we reported cargo flights between Takirda Carlo airport of Turkey and an airport of Djibouti. Takirda Carlo airport of Turkey is known for shipping TB-2 drones. Reportedly, Turkey ships TB-2 drones from this airport in Turkey, and at the start of June we reported flights between this airport and Djibouti. Now it seems that it's clear, very much clear, that Djibouti has bought TB-2 drones from Turkey. Third news story is about a statement by Ethiopian Joint Security Intelligence Task Force. This is top security body in Ethiopia, comprising 4 bodies: intelligence agencies, police, cybersecurity agency. This task force has issued a threatening statement. The task force is threatening university students in Ethiopia. We have seen some protests at universities in the past 48 hours. It seems that there could be start of some students movement. That is why this body has issued a threatening statement. What is this body, top Ethiopian security body, saying? A fourth news story is from Amhara region. Around more than a month ago, Ethiopian government forces, federal and regional, launched an operation against main Fano commanders, Fano fighters in Amhara. A special operation was launched in Meravi, Zamina Kasi's birthplace. He could not be arrested. Reportedly, a new operation has been launched in western part of Gojjam a few hours ago. Fifthly, Tigrayans are protesting while G7 summit is underway in Germany. Tigrayans were seen there protesting. And lastly, very important news story, though not a new one, several Eritrean news outlets, media outlets, they are sharing pictures and videos. They say that Eritrean military last year captured heavy weapons, tanks, missiles, which were hidden by Tigray Defense Force when TDF had to retreat from Makele, Aksom, Shire. It hid its weaponry, and that weaponry was captured by Eritrean military. We have one clip for you showing some missiles, it seems, which were seized by Eritrean military in Tigray. First news story is about Ethiopia-Sudan border, where fighting is being reported. Now we have confirmed. A few hours ago, Sudanese military issued a statement. Sudanese military said that 7 Sudanese soldiers and 1 civilian had been killed by Ethiopian military, and they were killed after they had been captured by Ethiopian military. So they were POWs, but they were killed by Ethiopian military. The allegations were leveled officially by Sudanese military, Sudanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. What happened after that? After that, firstly, Sudan has recalled its ambassador to Ethiopia. Sudan says it has withdrawn its ambassador to Ethiopia for consultations. Sudan has not expelled Ethiopian ambassador so far, but reportedly Ethiopian ambassador was told to appear at the foreign ministry office, and there Sudan protested against the killing of its soldiers by Ethiopian military. And thirdly, Sudan has announced to lodge a complaint against Ethiopian military with UN's Security Council. So Sudan will officially lodge a complaint against Ethiopian military. Sudan says that what Ethiopian military did is a violation of international laws about POWs. The Sudanese soldiers were killed after they had been captured. Sudan says that the soldiers, Sudanese soldiers, were POWs. They had rights of prisoners of war, but Ethiopian military violated international laws by executing Sudanese soldiers. Meanwhile, Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, Sudanese army chief, the man in charge in Sudan, has arrived in eastern Sudan. Al-Fashaga, reportedly, not Al-Fashaga, but we have heard is that he is in eastern Sudan. So at a critical time when tension is rising on Ethiopia-Sudan border, Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, Sudanese army chief, has visited eastern Sudan. And after that, we heard that fighting erupted. It seems that after al-Burhan's visit, Sudanese forces launched an offensive on Ethiopian military on border. Al-Kalabat border crossing between Sudan and Ethiopia is closed. We have confirmed. We don't know about Matimma, but Al-Kalabat is closed. We confirmed a few minutes ago that this border crossing is closed. Sudan says that thousands of Ethiopian refugees are in Sudan, and there are more than 2 million Ethiopians living, working in Sudan, and Sudan never took any action, any retaliatory action, or any action against law against these Ethiopians, but Sudanese soldiers were killed after they had been detained by Ethiopian military. The situation is very volatile, viewers. Clashes have erupted. Could this escalation turn into large-scale confrontation? It remains to be seen. But Sudanese military in its statement said that the action of Ethiopian military would not go unpunished. Appropriate measures would be taken. It means that Sudan wants to retaliate for what Ethiopian military has done. We are hearing reports that Ethiopia has denied the killing of Sudanese soldiers. We're waiting for official statement. Ethiopia is about to start third filling of GERD, and Sudan, Egypt have been threatening Ethiopia against second filling last year and third filling as well. Before that, sudden escalation is being seen. Meanwhile, we know that Tigray fighters are also on Sudan side of Sudan Ethiopia border being trained. Ethiopia says being armed as well. If this border fighting turns into large-scale confrontation, could there be involvement of Tigray fighters as well? Several angles of this border escalation could be seen in coming days if it is prolonged. So far, new escalation of border fighting between Sudanese and Ethiopian military is being reported. A second news story is from Djibouti, Ethiopian neighbor, another country in the Horn of Africa, tiny nation, but it is in need of long range and modern weapons, it seems. At the start of this month, June, we reported, citing an expert, his report, that some cargo flights were tracked between Turkish Tekirdağ Carlo Airport, and an airport in Djibouti. Tekirdağ Carlo Airport is known for shipping TB2 supplies abroad. TB2 supplies mostly are shipped from this airport in Turkey. When Turkey supplied drones to Ukraine, to Azerbaijan, flights took off from this airport. And what we have heard is that there are drone manufacturing, drone related facilities at this airport. And at the start of this month, we heard reports, we saw reports about some flights between this airport and an airport in Djibouti. And back then we were discussing that who is the new recipient of Turkish TB2 drones? Or Ethiopia could be buying extra drones, but Ethiopia could have bought it directly. Why was it that the flight was through Djibouti? So now mystery has been solved, viewers. Djibouti has bought Turkish TB2 drones. Today is Djibouti's Independence Day. 27th of June is Djibouti's Independence Day. Celebrations are underway, ceremonies are being organized, and at a ceremony, Djibouti's military displayed a Turkish TB2 drone. You can see a picture on your screen. The picture is from today's Djibouti's Independence Day celebrations. A Turkish TB2 drones can be clearly seen. So Djibouti is now in possession of Turkish TB2 drones. How many drones have been purchased by Djibouti? It's not clear. One drone costs around 2 million US dollars. So now Ethiopia has Turkish TB2s, Djibouti as well, and Somalia as well. Three countries in the Horn of Africa have Turkish TB2 drones, which are battle-tested drones. We saw the operation of these drones in Turkey-Syria war, Libya civil war, Nagorno-Karabakh, Azerbaijan, Armenia war. Then in Ethiopian civil war, TB2s were in operation, and in Ukraine-Russia war as well. Ukraine has deployed TB2s, and Ukraine bought more than a dozen TB2s from Turkey. So these TB2 drones are battle tested. They can be used for dual purpose, for reconnaissance and for combat purpose. That is why. But Djibouti is a tiny nation. Is Djibouti facing some external and internal threats that it is spending so much on buying these modern combat drones? Third news story is about a statement from a task force, security task force in Ethiopia, which comprises 4 security agencies, and this statement is a threat from this body to university students of Ethiopia. Name of this body is Joint Security Intelligence Task Force. 4 agencies are part of it. Firstly, NIS, National Intelligence and Security Services, which is Ethiopian Intelligence Agency. Secondly, INSA, which is Ethiopian Cybersecurity Agency. Thirdly, Ethiopian National Defense Force, ENDF. And fourthly, Ethiopian Federal Police. These 4 forces, agencies, have issued a joint statement, which is a warning for university students. We know that since day before yesterday, we have seen demonstrations. University students are protesting against Valaga massacre, in which hundreds of innocent civilians, especially Amharas, were killed. We saw large demonstration at Gondar University. It was followed by protest at Debre Marcos University. Then Addis Ababa University students took to the streets, but police used force. They were arrested, and some were injured as well. And next day, yesterday, we saw protests at Wuldia University, Volo University, Debre Birhan University as well. So We discussed, I think, in yesterday's video that uh, we discussed the question, could there be possibility of the start of students' street movement? That is why perhaps these security agencies are threatening, they're warning students that they should not be part of these demonstrations. The task force says, again, blaming TPLF. Whatever happens is blamed on TPLF in Ethiopia. The task force says that TPLF and its agents are fueling conflicts in Ethiopia. Some media outlets which have been bought by enemies are sharing false information which is against national interest. And students should ensure that they are not part of this campaign against Ethiopia. A campaign by Ethiopian enemies, external and internal, is being launched. That is why students should not be part of this campaign. The task force is threatening students that they should not hold demonstration. Most of the demonstrations were in universities, inside the premises of the universities, and they were peaceful. The students did not attack any facility. They did not attack any force, any government department. The protests were peaceful, though the protesters blocked some roads as well. Otherwise, we have not seen any law and order situation at Gonda University, Wollo, Woldiyar, Debre Marcos, Debre Birhan, Addis Ababa. Demonstrations were all peaceful, but task force is warning students they should not be part of demonstration. And lastly, ridiculous claim at the end of this statement by the task force. It says that those terrorist elements which were involved in Gambela, Gimbi incidents have been wiped out. Normalcy has returned to Gimbi. Yes, normalcy has returned because hundreds have been killed. What has government forces done so far? Where are the terrorists who have been wiped out by government force? It's a ridiculous claim at the end of the statement by this task force. Normalcy has returned because hundreds have been killed. There is no role of government forces in ensuring peace and security in while like a so. So it seems that Ethiopian student bodies, professional unions, they're trying to start a movement. Movement is gaining a little pace. That is why task force is warning the students. We could see arrests in coming hours if we see more such demonstration. Fourth, viewers, a new operation has been launched by government forces in Gojjam, especially West Gojjam. We know that more than a month ago, Ethiopian federal and Amhara regional forces launched an operation, security operation against Fano militia. The objective was to contain Fano militia, to arrest its commanders, those commanders who came under the control of government forces. They are working, but those who announced to remain independent, like Zamina Kasi, Masresha, they are on the run. Government forces are trying to arrest them. We have seen raids at the houses of Zamina Kasi and Masresha in Gojjam. Now, once again, a new operation has been launched. Since this morning, we have been receiving reports that in Gojjam, once again, regional and federal forces have launched a new operation. New deployments have been made in Gojjam, in Miravi, Zamina Kasi's birthplace, in Motta, where some Fano fighters were killed as well a few days ago, and other parts of West Gojjam. Heavy deployments have been made, fighting is being reported, and government forces are using drones as well. Reportedly, drones are being used for reconnaissance purposes. No drone strike so far, but locals say that drones have been seen over West Gojjam. So a new phase of this operation has kicked off. It seems that yesterday's meeting of Prosperity Party Central Committee meeting was a key meeting. Some decisions have been made, and after that meeting, we saw that dozens of buses were seen heading towards the Amhara region. Which could be transporting, shifting Fano fighters from Amhara region to other regions of Ethiopia, and a new operation has been launched against Fano commanders in Gojjam. Fifthly, Tigrayans are continuing. Tigrayan diaspora is continuing its protests abroad. We know that G7 countries are holding a meeting in Germany, and Tigrayans have been seen there demonstrating, protesting outside the venue of G7 summit. G7 countries, US, UK, France, Germany, Canada, Italy, and Japan. A 7 country meeting is underway in Germany, and 600 billion US dollars have been allocated to counter Chinese Belt and Road initiative. China has expanded this initiative, this project in Africa as well. So now G7 it has come up with an alternative project to counter Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. Africa could get something from this 700 billion new project announced by G7. Meanwhile, Tigrayans are protesting there because you can see picture on screen. Tigrayans chanted slogans. They say that Tigray is still under a blockade, no electricity, no telecommunication, no banking, no fuel as well. Aid is limited, its supply is limited. Tigray farmers are losing farming season, no seeds, no fertilizers, and international community should do more. Lastly, viewers, Eritrean private news outlets are sharing videos, pictures, mostly old, last year's pictures, videos. And it is being said that last year, when the military was in Tigray, it captured heavy weapons, long-range weapons like missiles, tanks. Tigray Defense Force had to retreat from main town and cities of Tigray in November 2020. TDF retreated from Mekelle. It withdrew from Axom, Shere, Adwa, Humera. And TDF retreated towards Central Tigray, mountainous area. So TDF could not take along its heavy weapons, its artillery pieces, its tanks, its missiles, missile launchers as well. And these weapons were hidden underground. And some of these weapon stores underground were uncovered, were dug up by Eritrean military. Eritrean military seized tanks, T-72 tanks reportedly, and some missiles as well. We have a clip which is being shared mostly by Eritrean news sources. The clip shows missiles which were captured by Eritrean military last year when it was in Tigray. Watch this clip. Thanks for watching.
نايبين كفتس